So, here's my biggest problem with this champion right now. Number 1, HP per level 80? 80? 80? Fucking Riven's gonna have more health than him, dude. What the shit? It's like he's a fucking 80 carry. Second off, base armor 33, armor per level 3.25? So, they removed like 10 armor from the champion. They removed like 100 HP from the champion. Okay, attack speed growth 2.5. Okay, I mean, that's not bad, but, you know. His passive deals a moderate amount of max health damage that nobody gives a shit about because it's physical damage, which means it gets mitigated into the dirt by mid-game. Q, big cooldown on his Q. And unlike Riven, it's not just 13 seconds rank 1, fuck yourself early game. 16 at rank 1. Okay, deals reduced damage to minions, so he can't even use it to push very well. His W, 18 second cooldown. So currently we have 16 seconds and 18 seconds cooldown. Okay, recharge time 20 seconds. So here's a squishy champion with 16 second cooldown, 18 second cooldown, 20 second cooldown. Okay. Ultimate, 160 seconds cooldown. Even if you kill someone, they'll be able to get back to lane before your cooldowns come back. You'll straight kill someone, they'll come back to lane, and you'll be like, shit, hold on, let me get my cooldowns back. So let's look at his damage. His Q does pretty good damage. Its base damage kind of blows the 15 to 75, but it does pretty decent damage from the total AD. Unfortunately, it seems to me that most people are going to use this champion for a Riven-style cheese 1 kill. So this whole giving him a lot of base damage isn't going to matter. But if you do hit the weak point, especially on that third hit, the damage is pretty fucky. I mean, I'm suspecting that if you hit this third Q on someone, I'm expecting them to lose like a good third of their health. But, okay. His W fucking blows some dick. His E blows some big dick. Now, it seems to me that the 20% increased total attack damage combined with the 15 to 55 damage from your E means that they seemingly expect you to have enough base damage in your kit that you then build tanky because you're such a squishy piece of shit. Unfortunately, I expect people to go, wow, he's got so much base damage. I bet if I build a Ghost Blade, I can just one-shot people. And Riot will be like, no, you're supposed to build, like, a Sunfire and tank items and stuff. And the community will be like, no. Now, I'm expecting this champion to be a Black Cleaver, Death Stands, Ghost Blade, one-shot gimmick. And that'll be his balance for a while until Riot finally goes like, okay, you know, maybe we should rework him. Maybe. But, I mean, just looking at his cooldowns, 16, 18, 20. The way I'm looking at this champion, here's a champion. The way I look at every champion, right? Or I should say, the way I look at every champion is the Jax rate. Okay? Are your cooldowns as high as Jax's? And if they are they as impactful? And I do not think that this champion is as impactful as Jax with his cooldowns. And to have these long-ass fucking cooldowns and to not be as impactful as Jax tells me this champion's probably not good. The only thing I can see, to be honest with you, the only thing I can see is that his Q has such a long range that you'll be able to poke people decently with his Q. But with cooldowns these long, I don't know who's not just gonna... Like, with cooldowns these long and a kit this squishy, I don't know who's not just gonna go, oh, let's just walk up and kill this motherfucker. Like, if I'm playing a champion who can actually gap close, why don't I just gap close on him and kill him? I guess the argument is he's got so much damage, but he doesn't... Yeah, like, if I'm playing Kled, what's to stop Kled from just jumping on this champion and killing him? Illaoi kind of has the fact that her E is so deadly she can hit people with E and then back away, I guess. But what does Aatrox have that's gonna be so deadly that people won't want to go on him? No, but the thing is, if you jump on Riven, she's got a stun and a shield and 4 gap closers, you know? So there's Riven's, you know, not getting out. But what does Aatrox have that stops you from just jumping on him? The only thing I can think of is his third Q will be so damaging that you'll want to not get hit by it. But if this is going to be his only damage, I'll be like, okay, fine. You hit me with your third Q. I hit you with my entire fucking kit. Because, I mean, look at this way. If you actually jump and gap close into this dude, there is no fucking way he's getting his Q out. That's not happening, Twitch chat. That's not fucking happening. And what's your name? Relia carries you? I don't have a PBE account. Ryan said, Hashinshin, fuck yourself. I was like, aww. Yeah, Ryan said we were getting a combo life drain tank. That's what I was promised. A combo life drain tank. And instead, I got a 15% of physical damage healing cheese thing. If this was, okay, Twitch chat, if this was like Aatrox heals for 35% of physical damage he deals, I'd be like, holy fuck, okay. Then he very clearly needs to be squishy and killable. And I'd be like, okay, that's something you can play around. It's like Aatrox, you know? Aatrox can heal a lot, but he's kind of squishy. So you're trying to burst him as much as he can, and he's trying to burst you, okay? Current Aatrox, I should say. New Aatrox, I'm like, 15%. So if my opponent is 2,000 health, then I heal for 300. Okay. Not exactly sure what that's about. Now, the only thing I can think of is, does Infernal Chains, maybe this ability is, but even look at this. Even if you get hit by both of it, that's 60 damage plus 0.8 AD. Who gives a shit? Yeah, it's the combination of cooldowns with, in my opinion, non-impactful damage. And I'm really not I'm really not buying that a champion can be this squishy with no survivability and somehow come out of top lane. Like, the current Aatrox is even tankier than this guy. And how does Aatrox survive? He just fucking murders the shit out of you. How does Aurelia survive? She murders the shit out of you. And to be honest, she doesn't really survive. How does Jax survive? He's got fucking Counter-Strike. How is Aatrox gonna survive? Probably not very good. Probably won't survive very much, actually. The problem, Emo Fractures, is you can be interested in the kit and excited for the kit, but at that same time, you can then look at the kit and say, these numbers aren't good enough. If there were no numbers, I would look at this kit and I would say, you know what, maybe this will work. But the second I start looking at these cooldowns, I'm thinking, wait, what the fuck?